Tonight, we review an aging Charles Bronson in Death Wish 9.
I wish I was dead.
Welcome to Cinema 101, where every frame tells a story, and every story starts with passion.
Michael Winner's Death Wish, starring Charles Bronson, stands as a milestone in American cinema. Released at a time of rising urban crime and societal unease, it tapped into a raw nerve of public sentiment, fear of lawlessness, and disillusionment with institutional justice. Bronson portrays Paul Kersey, a mild-mannered architect turned vigilante after the brutal assault of his wife and daughter. Culturally, Death Wish captured the post-Vietnam, post-Watergate American psyche, reflecting a public growing skeptical of government and traditional authority. The film's message, that an ordinary citizen could take justice into their own hands, resonated with audiences, but also drew harsh criticism.
I remember they were made in the 70s, and it's all about how basically it's just there are wild animals out there, and you need to carry a gun, and people are getting killed left and right, and the police can't do anything. And then I remembered living in New York in like the late 90s, all through the late night show, which is 93 to whatever, 2009. And I remember Death Wish came on and I was watching it and someone said to the Charles Bronson character, "Come on, it's really not that bad out there." And he says, "Really? Have you tried to walk north of Amsterdam on 75th? And I thought, yeah. There are 7 places where you can buy an eclair.
Hey, mister, got a match?
Yeah.
What else you got?
He's not quite the calm, peace-loving person
I suspected this, but I didn't
No,
know.
actually, he's on very
Didn't know
good
how to put
behavior
it.
tonight.
He's being very nice tonight?
He's being very nice.
Charles Bronson's career helped shape the archetype of the stoic working-class action hero, tough, silent, and relentless. Rising to fame in films like The Magnificent Seven, The Dirty Dozen, Bronson influenced a generation of 1980s action stars.
It is a tragedy that a British filmmaker should make such an appalling piece of nonsense and it should receive general distribution and indeed as much attention as this film has received.
This is the point I wanted to make, Sir Michael Winner, because I'm going to leave for a moment the rape, just talk about how well or badly made the film is. I mean, I know this is a personal thing, but I can think of John Ford westerns, I can think of Hitchcock movies where violent scenes were in, which were much more artistically dealt with. You have turned the camera rather blatantly on a violent act. I mean, that surely shows a lack of imagination as a film director.
Well,
Can't you not make your point in any other way than to be sensational?
Well, you can cut away to the curtains blowing in the window or the clouds scurrying outside. I don't think that any violent act that is shown. And I don't see anything wrong today in showing what goes on in life. It was not done.
But it isn't like that in life. I'm sorry,
well, you
Mr.
don't
Winner,
know,
it
Anna. You've
just
never
isn't.
been raped.
Have you ever asked me?
Well, have you been raped?
Yes, I have, as a matter of technical interest. Is it of any relevance to your film?
No.
That is not how rape takes place. You're dealing with a
I'm
reenactment.
sorry, we dealt with many police and psychiatrist researchers on this picture.
All of whom wanted to make a buck.
Well,
Go on.
You want to make a buck, that's why you're here. You're making a buck.
The success of Death Wish spawned 4 sequels, each escalating in violence and moving further from the original's gritty moral ambiguity. While the first film explored the psychological toll of vigilantism, the sequels leaned into exploitation, turning Paul Kersey into a near-mythic figure of retribution.